Okay, we're getting ready to do a first look at the Hi F drive in this Athearn. It's a kit bash I did way back in the 80s, and now we've got the Hi F drive in here. Let's just take a look and see what we got. This is the 24-volt motor. We're going to go in reverse. We need 21% power to start moving. 25 gets us a good, smooth move there. 15-inch radius, no problem. Okay, so let's check it out. It's got rubber band drive in it, and a few special modifications I'm going to show you. Now, like people have said, once they run very smooth and they're pretty quiet. They're pretty snappy, and they can really move out if you need them to. What I don't like is the bands that I had to use in here are some actual, they'd be the same bands that are used in the Hustler, the Snowplow, and the Bud. They are not good. They are not good bands. And I've tried a couple of other kinds of bands so far, and none of them have worked out good. These are the best ones of the regular type that I have. They are not the final ones, though. I've got two other things that I got to try. Now, one of the things, I don't have any weight in this thing. And I think it would help to have weight. Alright, should we look under the hood? I got good control over it. It's got excellent control. It's smooth. It's quiet. It feels good on the controller. So what did we do? I don't have the couplers on it, so we can't do a final reveal yet. But that is what we got right there. Let's zoom in. Okay. There's our motor. 24-volt rear view mirror motor. Unfortunately, suddenly, these are not available. And the choice of motors is really getting down there. It looks like the only thing you can choose now is FK130s. So I gotta start testing those. I've used them a little bit. They're okay. I don't know if they're... Well, they are newer than this one. This motor has been around for a number of years, at least 5 or 6 years. And I'm guessing the FK130 is possibly its replacement. Okay. So what I did. Now, the trucks have to have these insulators in them, which were trashed. So what I did, you can see, I went ahead and just like in the instructions and the way it comes, there's a ring connector around the black wire. That ring connector now goes directly to the motor. I have a little PC board I made. The PC board goes down to the motor. Power comes up and connects onto the PC board. I put a piece of heat shrink tube here and then didn't shrink it on purpose. All I want is to keep the wires from getting wrapped around the shaft. See that little yellow piece there? This is the other truck. Now, So this is an insulator that gets power from the red rail, and there's an insulator underneath it, and then it's screwed together, and there's a collar inside where this screw goes so you can't short. They were crap. So I just 3D printed them, which was super easy. Don't ask me to give you the file. You know I can't do that. I'm going to get in trouble if I give you replacement parts that you can probably buy. But it's really easy. Just basically, if you have plastic washers, you can do the same thing. So now I have power directly from the red rail side to the screw with the little ring connector up to the motor. What I did on the shaft, this is some silicone 1mm hose. Now, one of the reasons why you could hear any noise at all is when I was messing around with this, I bent both shafts and didn't straighten them again. Straighten them a little bit, but not sure that I want to keep exact. This setting makes it, I have it made so that you can change your rubber bands, which, as you know, is frequently a problem. If you let this sit for a little while, you're going to be changing bands if you want it to run again. It runs today. That doesn't mean it's going to run after sitting for 2 weeks. So the hose connects the shaft, and then I put the hose around the shaft, which in theory slows it down, because I basically tripled the shaft size, but it's still really, really fast. I put a little O-ring on the ends to see if I could get these rubber bands from going off the end. That seems to be working right at the moment. So it just holds them on there. That's really all there is to it. There is no weight in the shell. And that is something I want to change. I want to add a little bit of weight. Let's take a look at this guy in operation. Let's see what he does. He does have a lot of torque, I will tell you. He's got decent slow speed, but you can see my shaft is bent. Otherwise, and, oh, I see I'm rubbing on some wires too. Have to tighten that up. Pretty quiet. And I'm not having trouble starting it. I mean, it's not just jerking in and going full speed. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. There we go. You can actually hear the wobbling when it's going this direction here. You hear the wobbling? So we got to straighten out the shaft. But otherwise, like I said before, belt drive is a sound concept. It's totally a sound concept. I like it. It's looking pretty good. Unfortunately, the yard throw it over there. Oh man, I'm beating that track up something fearsome. It is next on the list to get replaced, and some of the switches are Ford have made. it definitely it's getting worn out. Because I think if we come back this way, we're going to derail. Oh, yep, see, every time now. Doesn't matter what locomotive, derail, crap out right there. Which, as you know, I've set a rule. Every switch on the layout must be bench laid by me. Let's give him one more try. We'll send him down. Let's send him down the way. Then we got to get him back on the workbench and see if we can't improve on what we now know is pretty decent. It's gonna work pretty good. Now, when you see the camera like this, that looks like a super sharp turn there, doesn't it? Let's go check it out. Right here. Yep. Okay. Back to work.